guys, so today I'm gonna be cleaning the greenhouse. Everything has just gotten out of control in here and I am just going to tidy. It needs it so badly. We do a lot of work in here, we do a lot of things in here, and it's just gotten just out of control. We're keeping our chicken stuff in here as well. These are nesting pads. So I'm just gonna kind of put things where they go. I don't know that there's gonna be a ton of talking in this video. Maybe I'll stop and talk here and there, but I just kind of want to throw some music on and tidy, and I thought you guys might like to watch that. As I look around right now, it's very spider webby in here. I think this is something that definitely just happens in greenhouses, but right here in this corner I'm looking at, 4 spider egg sacs. So that's gonna be fun when those hatch. But man, the creeping thyme on the ground in here has absolutely taken off, you guys. It's so beautiful. It's fluffy and big in these outer sections, and then where we walk right directly in the center is completely nothing. So I'll show you what the creeping thyme looks like. You guys can see it on the ground here. You see how absolutely full it is in these areas? So beautiful. But I've got like this, I think a mouse is living in this bucket. I'm pretty sure. The other day I was looking in this bucket and a little mouse poked his head out of these blue toilet paper. You can see he's been at work shredding. So there's definitely a mouse living in here. I saw him, absolute baby darling angel, but buddy, quit eating my seeds. Stop. Get the hell out of here. All right, so I'm just gonna be cleaning up and I'm gonna listen to the music while I do it. I should get some headphones so that I can do that and talk. I bought enough AirPods. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. My son keeps losing them. He takes them out and loses them. And I'm not doing it anymore. Not wasting another $1 on an AirPod. I'm gonna set you up at the front here so you guys can see a big hole opening. Cue copyright-free music. Much better. Not perfect, but better. Good morning. I'm coming out to the garden with no plan in my mind. It's winding down the season. We are getting to the point where I was just talking to somebody about what are we gonna do with the garden after everything needs to be taken apart, and I don't know, man. We gotta think about it. We got some compost delivered the other day, and we're gonna, once all of this is out and we take all of this garden out, we're gonna really amend these beds with compost, getting them ready for next year. We didn't build it up enough this year and we're noticing the issues with that. Our little potato patch got blight. This was another potato patch. They're all gone. We did not have a good harvest. I can come out and get more tomatoes. There are already a bunch more ready. We were looking these guys up yesterday. Ah, I didn't realize this guy was rotting. Oh no, that sucks. I've got more of these. Apparently they're really good for canning, eating, making pies out of. I wonder about these guys as well. Some cuties down here, little orangies. A big guy over there, some little pumpkins over here. We also had this giant guy over here. Look at this. All of these greens that you see right here, we were like, not one pumpkin grew, you guys, like not one pumpkin. Out of all of that vine. And then yesterday, Zach and I were out here and wondering what happened with this guy, like why? Why is there not a singular pumpkin on this entire vine? And then we found this. You see him back there? You see him? Look at this beast. There he is in all his glory. So it's a different day from when I cleaned out the greenhouse. I didn't close out that video, so I thought I would kind of close it out here. The longer you garden, each year you start to realize what is smart to grow and what isn't. And I've discovered tomatoes are a really smart thing for us to grow because you can freeze them really easily and they're really prolific. Peppers this year were really pathetic. Like just normally, I feel like last year they were insanely prolific. Like we could not even eat as many as we had. We were grinding them into pepper powder and we were using them so much. This year's harvest was really not that great. Potatoes, we're not gonna grow in beds anymore. We're gonna grow them in bags. We have to do it that way and figure out some kind of watering system for them. As far as beans and peas and stuff like that go, I need to get them in pots in the greenhouse or wherever we're gonna start them way ahead of time because we put them in the ground direct seed. They didn't survive. Slugs and bugs ate them all. We only had 2 surviving plants and I planted over 70. So corn is one that I don't know about either. We did not have good success with that this year. We planted probably, if I'm honest, I probably planted 300 stalks of corn and only maybe like 12 survived. That is because they all sprouted and something ate them all. So I need to get row covers going for next year. I want to have a good harvest. There's also a local farmer who, such a nice guy, and I want to go to his farm and ask him how he does things because he has such successful harvests. He also gets a lot more sun. You can see that our garden is somewhat shady. He's in the like a little valley area where there's just, it's full sun all day long. Like literally you get sun from sun up to sundown. Whereas we're a lot shadier over here. But I want to figure out how to garden with much more of a harvest because right now it's pretty minimal. Our apples on the apple tree are looking like they're gonna be ready here soon. Let me ask Siri. When are apples ready to harvest? Majority of apples are ready to pick in October. Okay, so October. So we've got about another few weeks because I can just tell they're getting ready, but not quite there yet. Same with our pears on our pear tree. I want to do a video about that as well, going to picking those because it's my kiddo. He's so cute. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get an idea of what we do want to grow and what we don't want to grow for next year because this year we had a really, I'm not going to waste my time on watermelon anymore. Our growing season just is not long enough. Onions I will be doing because I realized that we started onions from onion sets this year and those guys seem to be doing somewhat okay. We need way thicker compost though because we didn't put down enough. And because we are doing the no-dig gardening method, it needs to be a thick layer of compost and ours is definitely not thick enough. So we're gonna do that next year. Everything else is interestingly just kind of, we need to change our strategy on it. Having a pumpkin patch instead of growing our pumpkins in here because they take up so much space. Squash is amazing to grow and it's so fun, but it takes up an unbelievable amount of space and I feel like we could use that space for other things a lot more successfully than we would the like 9 pumpkins we're gonna get out of it. We didn't grow any beets this year or any greens. So I think that this winter I'm going to do trays of greens, like maybe like microgreens or something like that in the greenhouse with a grow light on them. Yeah, so yeah, we're just trying to kind of come up with an idea of what we're gonna do this year and what the plan is. Zach and I need to actually do this. We had this pump house built last year, I think, and we have not done anything with it. We need to put these, it's what it's gonna look like. I'll show you guys what it's supposed to look like. So they left it like this for us with the skim coat on the outside. It's the cutest pump house of all time. And this is what it's gonna look like when it's done. You see the bottom of the greenhouse? That's what the pump house is gonna look like. It's gonna be stone. And it's going to have this like really pretty stone all over it. The stone is sitting here. We have it. We just haven't gotten the chance to put it on the structure yet. So Zach and I need to do that. Doing that soon before it starts raining. That'd be really nice to get that done. But it's so darling, and when it's all finished, it's gonna look so stinking cute having all these stones on it. We're kind of prepping for, I can't believe it's fall tomorrow. Literally as I'm saying this, it's fall. You can tell it's fall, because look at our magnolia tree. It's so sad. I'm not ready. All right, well that's gonna, oh, tiny little spider. I don't know if you guys can see him. Put you back on the tree. That's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and for chatting about stuff. And it's gonna be an interesting winter getting prepped, but I wanna do things right this year. I know what I did wrong last year and I don't wanna do that again. I started things in the greenhouse, not gonna be doing that. We're gonna start things in the house, move them to the greenhouse once they're big enough. We've got plans, but it's gonna be a lot. So we're getting ready for fall. We did not plant a fall garden. We've got to put garlic in here pretty soon. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will see you at our next video. Bye. It's the worst tripod in the world. Don't ever get it. Not that you even know what to try. losing so bad. Don't draw it.